Hi, my name is Mike McCallum, and I'm the Louisiana and South Texas Account Executive for Rare Disease Therapeutics. Rare Disease Therapeutics specializes in filling very specific and special medical needs of a small population of adults and children seeking life-preserving therapies for rare diseases. Founded in 1991 as Orphan Pharmaceuticals, the company changed its name to Rare Disease Therapeutics in March 2001 to better describe its mission. The company's major clinical expertise and licensing focus have been in rare diseases in the therapeutic areas of oncology, genetic disorders, hematology, metabolic diseases, envenomations, and hepatic diseases. One of RDT's products is Anascorp. Anascorp, Centroides Immune Fab 2 Equine, is an antivenom indicated for the treatment of clinical signs of scorpion envenomation. The bark scorpion is found in the United States, mainly in Arizona, but cases have been reported in El Paso and Southern California. The most common adverse reactions with Anascorp observed in greater than 2% of patients in the clinical studies were vomiting, pyrexia, rash, nausea, and pruritus. For more information on Anascorp, visit the website anascorp.com. Another RDT product is Anavip. Anavip, Crotalidae Immune Fab Equine, is an equine-derived antivenom indicated for the management of adult and pediatric patients with North American pit viper envenomation. Anavip is a Fab 2 antivenom, which means that both Fab fragments of the IgG molecule stay connected. Anavip has a half-life of 133 hours, and it is stored at room temperature. Anavip reconstitutes on average in 11.8 seconds. Anavip has no contraindications, and in the clinical trials, Anavip reduced the risk of recurrent or late-onset coagulopathies. The most common adverse reactions observed in more than 2% of patients in the clinical trial were pruritus, nausea, rash, arthralgia, peripheral edema, erythema, headache, myalgia, pain in extremity, and vomiting. For more information, please visit anavip.com. Thank you so much.
Hey everyone, it's Amy with Sawyer Products. Sawyer is a US-based manufacturer of water filtration, insect repellent, and first aid. And our filters are the #1 filters used on the trail, but also globally in areas where clean water is not accessible. As of December 2020, Liberia was the first developing country with border-to-border clean water, and Sawyer was able to donate over 130,000 filters that were delivered in the most remote corners of the country to accomplish this. And we have GIS data on every family that received a filter, and we're seeing about a 95% reduction in waterborne diseases within 2 weeks, which is astounding. So there's a reason why Sawyer filters last longer and are so effective, so I'm gonna play a quick video to show you why. Hollow fiber membranes have become the most common media for filtering water in the backcountry since Sawyer introduced them to the outdoor industry over 10 years ago. Whether you're hiking the PCT or trekking through remote villages in Central America, you're likely to come across someone using a Sawyer filter. Now, with many different hollow fiber membrane filters to choose from, all making very similar performance claims, it's very important to understand what sets Sawyer filters apart and makes them the best filter to remove harmful bacteria, protozoa, and cysts that can make you sick. There are 4 main things that distinguish a Sawyer high performance filter. First is a fiber strength, which is also known as hoop strength. Sawyer filters were independently tested amongst other major brands and found to be 75% stronger. This is due to the thicker fiber walls and the smaller inner diameter of the fibers. This is why Sawyer filters last so long. They can be continually cleaned with forceful backwashing and restored up to 98.5% of their original flow rate each time you clean them. In fact, an independent lab ran over 200,000 liters of turbid water through Sawyer filters, retested, and they still exceeded the EPA standards for removal rates. Second is the micron size. Sawyer filters have absolute microns. That means there's no pore larger than 0.1 micron on the filter or 0.02 micron on the purifier. No harmful bacteria, protozoa, or cysts are smaller than 0.1 micron, so it's impossible for them to pass through. To give you an idea how small that is, a thread of hair is 17 micron, so 0.1 micron is 1/170th the size. Other filters that claim they're 0.1 micron will have some 0.1 micron pores, but they'll also have some larger ones because they're not absolute. That is why you see differences in removal rates among filters that claim the same pore size. Third is a protective casing. All Sawyer filters are fully encased and sealed to protect the fibers. When fibers are not enclosed, they're more likely to be damaged and harmful pathogens could pass through. And last is our quality control and testing. Instead of batch testing, which is common practice in the industry, every Sawyer filter is tested 3 times in the manufacturing process for your protection. Testing occurs first after the fiber element construction to ensure absolute microns, and twice after the casing assembly to ensure no harmful pathogens pass through the case or the internal O-rings. Those 4 elements are the Sawyer standard and what makes Sawyer one of the most trusted filter brands, not just on the trail, but all over the world. In fact, we've been able to distribute over 1 million filters through our charity partners to over 80 countries in the last 10 years. And you can learn more about our international efforts at Sawyer.com. The newest addition to our water line is our new tap filter, so here's another quick video on how it works.
The tap filter is easy to use and filters up to 500 gallons of clean drinking water per day. It's ideal for use under boil notices and during natural disasters such as floods, hurricanes, fires, and earthquakes. Consider the tap filter your peace of mind for all questionable sources: campgrounds, festivals, NRVs, and when traveling internationally. Each filter cleans water at an industry-leading 0.1 absolute micron standard and is triple tested before leaving the factory.
And lastly, our recommendation for the best protection against mosquitoes, ticks, and flies is to use a combination of permethrin on your clothing and gear and picaridin on your skin. Picaridin is a DEET-free topical repellent that is the synthetic version of the piperin molecule from the pepper plant. It's gear safe, it's much more effective on flies than DEET, and it's the longest lasting topical repellent at 14 hours for the lotion, and the spray lasts 12 hours. Permethrin, on the other hand, is an odorless fabric treatment that is a synthetic version of pyrethrum from the chrysanthemum flower. It's effective for 6 weeks or 6 washings, and it repels and kills ticks, mosquitoes, and 55 other insects on contact. You can use permethrin to treat all sorts of fabric, not just clothing, so backpacks, hammocks, camp chairs, picnic blankets, and more. You can also use permethrin to protect your dog for 35 days against fleas and lice and 6 weeks against ticks. The full treatment instructions for that are on Sawyer.com/dogs. So if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the chat, and also go check out our Exhibitor page. Thanks.
You've been providing medical services to people your entire career. The work has been rewarding, but you feel there's something missing.
This is going to go through the bottom of your nose.
A desire to find adventure in both your personal and professional life while contributing to our global society. You yearn for more diversity outside of daily clinical routines and know there's a whole world in need of your skills.
Here, shot delivered.
Right, and so now we jump right back in.
So repeating back what you've had as a command, and know that communicates to all of us, you're going to do that.
Medical specialists bring compassionate care and medical treatments to U.S. diplomats and their families who serve at U.S. embassies, consulates, and missions abroad. Working with the US Department of State, you will be a vital part of history in the making. Every day, you will experience the challenge and excitement of a career at the forefront of healthcare and international affairs.
This is our mass casualty area. We place all of the wounded people in order to triage them to get them to a higher level of care.
Our diverse workforce brings innovation and creativity to the workplace, supports fresh perspectives that inspire new ideas, and sparks positive change.
Look at it, Titus. Look at it, Titus. Look. Whoa!
You will also have an unprecedented opportunity to experience the world and engage with different cultures. You will make the world your workplace and use your skills to effect real change in the lives of others.
Wow. 4 feet? Which one is your favorite ball?
Soccer ball.
What did you do at school today?
Math.
We advance diplomacy through healthcare. Join us.
Hi, my name is Jamie Johnson, and I'm a pharmacist and clinical toxicologist working as a medical science liaison for BTG Specialty Pharmaceuticals, the makers of the antivenom CroFab. CroFab, or Crotalidae Polyvalent Immune Fab ovine, is indicated for the management of both adults and pediatric patients with North American crotolid envenomation. North American crotalids, or pit vipers, include rattlesnakes, copperheads, and water moccasins, also known as cottonmouth snakes. CroFab is the only FDA-approved antivenom derived from native U.S. pit vipers. It's specifically engineered for broad species coverage, so you can confidently treat any U.S. pit viper envenomation, even if the exact species is unknown. It's designed to contain a spectrum of venom-specific Fab fragments of IgG molecules, targeting that wide range of complex toxins found in pit viper venom. Clinically relevant, geographically diverse, and genetically dissimilar snake species were chosen to create comprehensive coverage for all North American pit viper envenomations. Pit viper venom contains a complex mixture of toxins that can linger in the tissue and result in local, systemic, and hematologic effects in the body. Remember, when a pit viper envenomation occurs, time is tissue, and prompt administration of antivenom is necessary to prevent worsening venom effects. So upon administration, CroFab gets to work by binding to the venom toxins and neutralizing them. The small size of the Fab molecule allows for rapid and large volume of distribution throughout the body. This allows CroFab to also neutralize toxins in the tissue. Then CroFab facilitates venom toxin redistribution away from those target tissues, clearing them rapidly from the body, thereby lowering recognition of the immune system and reducing the incidence of hypersensitivity reactions. CroFab contains 4 geographically relevant venoms, and all 4 are chosen from snake species native to regions across the US, as recommended by the World Health Organization guidelines. The 4 species include the eastern and western diamondback rattlesnakes, the Mojave rattlesnake, and the cottonmouth. The cottonmouth is one of the species intentionally chosen for its abundance of phospholipases A2 isoforms. And this offers broad cross-species coverage for various venom compositions, including the copperhead, which accounts for about half of all pit viper envenomations in the US. Now, to make CroFab, venom from these 4 species is collected, then used to immunize 4 separate flocks of sheep in Australia, a prion-free continent. Serum from each flock is separately harvested. The IgG molecules are isolated and digested using papain to remove the FC portion of the IgG molecule, and then finally purified using column chromatography, also referred to as affinity purification, to remove any non-venom specific Fab fragments. So each batch of CroFab is like manufacturing 4 antivenoms. It isn't until the very end, when they're mixed, that they become CroFab. CroFab has been proven to halt local effects, resolve systemic effects, and reduce coagulation abnormalities. It's been used in over 60,000 patients over the last 20 years, has a robust safety profile, including a retrospective review in 1,340 patients, in which the rate of hypersensitivity reactions was 1.4%. Thank you for your time today, and please let us know if you have any questions.
Hi everybody, I'm Dan Bowman from Zanfel Laboratories. We're the manufacturer of the Zanfel Poison Ivy, Oak, and Sumac Wash product. Welcome to the conference. Do you ever run into poison ivy, oak, or sumac while you're out enjoying the great outdoors? If you do, you probably know the plant has an oily allergen called urushiol that is absorbed down into your skin and dwells within your skin for 2 to 4 weeks after exposure, causing a miserable allergic skin reaction. If you do break out with poison ivy, you need Zanfel. Zanfel is the only product clinically shown to be able to remove the poison ivy plant's oily allergen from your skin anytime after exposure or anytime after the rash breaks out. Zanfel can be used anywhere on the body. It's safe for kids and pregnant or nursing women. Zanfel has no side effects or contraindications. And many times by using Zanfel, a person can avoid all of the nasty side effects that go along with being on steroids. Speaking of poison ivy treatment, there is a great up-to-date review article about toxicodendron dermatitis in the June 2021 issue of WMS magazine. Please check it out. Now, while we all can't be together in person here, we would still like to connect with you. What we'd like to do is send you a Zanfel informational kit, which includes Zanfel samples, Zanfel product information, and copies of the 2 clinical studies of Zanfel that were printed in Annals of Emergency Medicine. To request your Zanfel informational kit, please email me at itchfree@zanfel.com with your name and address, and you could even call us at 1-800-401-4002. Enjoy the rest of the conference, have a great day, and we look forward to connecting with you.
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Aubin. I am the Director of Channel Partnerships here at Global Rescue. Global Rescue has been a longtime partner and supporter of the WMS, so I'm excited to be here to speak with you about some of the services and exclusive benefits that all WMS members have through Global Rescue. And while I'm really excited to be here and thankful for the opportunity, I'm really looking forward to meeting many of you in person, hopefully in the near future. Before we jump into the presentation, just a quick aside, I'd like to share a little information on the progress around the return to travel. We're tracking various indicators, many of which are signaling that we're on the brink of a large-scale return to travel. One particular piece of information we monitor is TSA daily throughput. And I'm happy to report that for the first time since March of 2020, the TSA reported throughput data of over 2 million daily travelers. That's a tremendous improvement over what we experienced during the lowest volume days of the pandemic back in April of 2020, when the numbers hovered around 80,000 daily travelers. All of this to say, things are looking up, there's positivity and optimism out there, and I'm personally looking forward to getting back in the air and meeting with all of our valued partners again, hopefully at an upcoming conference. So with that, we can jump into the presentation. For those of you who don't know Global Rescue, we've been in business since 2004, and we were initially built to assist international travelers and folks who enjoy getting out and getting into the remote regions of the world. Since our founding, we've supported over 20,000 operations in almost every region and country around the world. We have our own operation centers strategically located globally that are staffed with in-house critical care paramedics, nurses, and physicians, as well as security operations specialists, all available 24/7 for all of our members. Our total population of employees is around 250 professionals, of which about half make up our operations team. This slide highlights what we consider to be our core competencies. Global Rescue benefits include our ability to provide field rescue, and field rescue is our commitment to provide help to our members at their point of illness, injury, or distress for security or medical evacuations that we coordinate and provide. Additionally, our retail memberships include evacuation to the home country hospital of choice, wherever our members are traveling globally. Also, you have access to 24/7 advisory services. We offer medical, security, and travel intelligences from our in-house team of operations staff. Any of our members can access those teams directly through phone, email, or through the mobile application. And new in 2021, we introduced local field rescue. So we listened to our members, observed the shift from heavy international travel to heavy domestic travel as a result of the pandemic, and created a new benefit called local field rescue. This includes access to evacuation and field rescue whenever a member is less than 100 miles from home. The reality is that travel emergencies do happen, and that's just the unfortunate reality of the world that we live in. However, if you find yourself in a challenging situation, just know that you are not alone. As I mentioned at the start, all WMS members have access to Global Rescue Services. That's the travel advisory services. So whenever you're traveling, you can contact our operations centers and speak to our in-house staff for any advisory concerns you might have. Additionally, you have access to our event alerts and destination reports online, which you can access through the WMS member login page. Here we talk about the benefits exclusive to WMS members and the means to use those services. So for the advisory services, whenever you're traveling, you can either email us or call us at the contacts listed here. And then for the alerts and intelligence, that's done through an online sign-up process. If you go to your WMS member portal, you'll see more information about how to sign up for the destination reports and event alerts, which are really great resources for your next international trip. If you have any questions on the process to access these services, benefits, or information, please reach out to me and I would be happy to walk you through the process. Lastly, as a summer conference special, similar to what we did at this year's winter conference, we are offering the opportunity to win a 14-day travel membership from Global Rescue. Thank you so much to everyone for your time, for the opportunity to speak at this convention. Really looking forward to seeing everyone face to face in the near future. Thanks again. Bye-bye.